with another lesson from grade 9th English, and today's lecture is the second part of the chapter that we have taken in the last session. The chapter that we have started is Reach for the Top. This chapter is divided into two stories. Okay, the first one we have already discussed, the story about an Indian mountaineer, Santosh Yadav. Okay, the story that is one of my favorite, a very inspiring one. How Santosh Yadav, being a girl born and brought up in Rewari of Haryana, against all odds she got success and she climbed Mount Everest not once but 2 times. Okay, continuously in year 1992 and 1993. Not only this, Santosh is a very prominent environmentalist, and she is credited with bringing 500 kilograms of garbage from the Himalayas. Along with it, she is also a very social person. She is a very courageous woman, as you can see from her childhood. You have seen in the story. Now what she did more, she saved the life of one fellow climber by giving him her oxygen. Okay, so this is what we know about Santosh Yadav, and how she reached the top was explained in the first part of the chapter. Here the second story is also a similar one, which is about a woman, not from India, a Russian woman, okay, a Russian woman who is a very famous one, and I think the ones who are into sports, who like sports, must be knowing her name. She is Maria Sharapova. Okay, Maria Sharapova, who is a Russian, but she resides in USA, and she is famous for what? She is famous for playing tennis. Okay, she is a very prominent player, and she has won Wimbledon also, which is one of the greatest level of the sport. Like you can see, say the World Cup of cricket. Okay, because in India we associate sports with only cricket. So she won quite a few medals and all of the tournaments, and we are going to read the story of Maria in the part 2 of this chapter, and I hope that part 1 you have already done. And so now let's together see what the second story holds and how the life of Maria Sharapova is, and how it is similar to Santosh Yadav. Both are girls, and both are very courageous. They have fought their own battles. Santosh, in the Indian Orthodox family, she became successful, where the girls are not even let to be born. She got this huge success. The second story is a little different, based in a different scenario, based in a different country, different environment. Everything is different, yet very similar because of their success. So, because they reached the top. One is a mountaineer. It is obvious that she reached the top both ways, by her work and by her deed. Now, in the second case, she reached the top by her sport. So, we are going to soon see what the story holds. Stay connected, watch the video till last, and do the work that I am going to assign you.
Okay, so let us now read the part 2 of the chapter Reach for the Top. And as I have explained, this story is also about a very brave, courageous and successful woman, Maria Sharapova. A Russian girl, Maria Sharapova, reached the summit of women's tennis when she was barely 18. Summit means choti, shikhar, peak of the mountain. Like Santosh was going into the mountain, top of the mountain, so does Maria reach the mountain, the summit of the mountain of women's tennis. Women's tennis. When she was barely 18. So at the age of 18, Maria got this feat that she was at the top of the summit of women tennis. As you read about her, see if you can draw a comparison between her and Santosh Yadav. So this activity also we will do someday, that I will ask you the differences and the similarities between Santosh and Maria. Okay, now one exercise of match the following is there. Let us now directly start the reading of the first para. There is something disarming about Maria Sharapova. Disarming means the one that leaves you in awe. There is something disarming about Maria Sharapova, something at odds with her ready smile and glamorous attire. Okay, so there is a thing about Maria which makes you look at her, makes you stuck at her, and she has something at odds, something very different, that she's her smile is very charming, she's very glamorous, she's very pretty, she looks as if she's a model, not a tennis player, not a sportswoman. And that something in her lifted her on Monday, 22nd August 2005 to the world number 1 position in women's tennis. So because of her personality, she got the feat, she got the success, and on 22nd August 2005 she became the world number 1 in women's tennis. All this happened in almost no time. Okay, so it happened all of a sudden, it happened so sudden that she became so successful, poised beyond her years. Okay, poised means very mature, very blunt, very straightforward, and very successful. In all means, she was over her age. She has got over her age in terms of attaining things. The Siberian born teenager looked just 4 years as a professional to reach the pinnacle. So that Siberian took just 4 years to reach the professional pinnacle. Okay, when she was 4 years into her tennis, she got the success and she became the number 1 in tennis. See, Maria holding the women's single at Wimbledon in 2004. So in 2005, she on 2nd August she was the number 1, and before that she won the Wimbledon. However, the rapid ascent in a fiercely competitive world, rapid ascent means quick growth in a fiercely competitive world, began 9 years before with a level of sacrifice few children would be prepared to endure. We have seen that how she was successful and what she got. Now we are going to read that how hard her life was before achieving all of this. Little Maria had not yet celebrated her 10th birthday when she was packed off to train in the United States. Okay, Maria was Russian and she was not even 10 when she was forced to go to USA. That trip to Florida with her father Yuri, okay, father's name is Yuri. Yuri launched her on the path of success and stardom. Okay, so this very trip where she went to USA, to Florida to be precise, with the father Yuri, launched her on the path of success. This paved the path to Maria that how can she be successful. But it also required a heart-wrenching 2 years separation from her mother Yelena. Okay, so what are the parents' name? Yuri, father, and Yelena, mother. The latter was compelled to stay back in Siberia because of visa restrictions. Okay, so father and the daughter went to USA, but the mother couldn't arrange a visa. It was some restrictions were there, some law restrictions were there, so she had to stay back in Russia, in Siberia. The 9-year-old girl had already learned an important lesson in life, that tennis excellence would only come at a price. Okay, so she was there to USA, and she was supported by her father or by her parents, but she knew one thing, that if I want to achieve a great position in tennis, I will have to do sacrifices. I will have to make sacrifices. I used to be so lonely, Maria Sharapova recalls. I missed my mother terribly. Okay, so she tells that she used to miss her mother a lot. She used to feel lonely. My father was working as much as he could to keep my tennis training going. So father took her to USA, and the only goal the father had was to make Maria a successful tennis player. So he couldn't see me either. So because he was earning hard and mother was at Siberia, Maria literally had no one. She was alone. She was all alone. Because I was so young, I used to go to bed at 8 p.m. Okay, she was very young. She was 9 and she used to sleep at 8 in the night. The other tennis peoples would come in at 11 p.m. Okay, and wake me up and order me to tidy up the room and clean it. So the ragging was also going on. She was very young, so she used to sleep at 8. Then the other players, who must be older than her, used to come at 11 and ask her to clean the room. Instead of letting that depress me, I became more quietly determined and mentally tough. Okay, instead of getting depressed because of the situation that ragging is happening on her, father is not with her, he is earning, mother is back in Siberia, she went on the different path, and she decided that I will be more determined, I will be more mentally tough. I learned how to take care of myself. I never thought of quitting because I knew that what I wanted. So she never thought of quitting because she was aware that her goals are big. So in order to achieve that, she has to be more tough. When you come from nothing and you have nothing, then it makes you very hungry and determined. Okay, so it is a very good saying that when you have nothing and when you are coming from nothing, you have the hunger in you. Okay, when you are being fed everything, when you have everything, when you are so in your comfort zone, then you will not you may have the spirit to do something. 1 or 2 out of 10 people will do these things in the comfort zone also. But mostly it is seen that it is observed that those who have been deprived of things, they have more hunger to achieve great things. I would have put up with much more humiliation and insults, have that to steadfastly pursue my dream. So see her dedication. She is saying that I can take more insult if I have to be successful. That toughness runs through Maria even today. Okay, so even today she is very tough, and it was the key to her begging the women's single crown. Okay, it was this only because of which she begged the women's single crown in Wimbledon 2004, the picture as it was showing, and to her meteoric rise to the world #1 spot the following year. Okay, the next year she became the world #1. Meteoric rise means very quick growth. While her journey from the frozen plains of Siberia to the summit of women's tennis has touched the hearts of tennis fans, for the youngster herself there appears to be no room for sentiment. The straight looks and the answers she gives when asked about her ambition make it amply clear that she considers the sacrifices were worth it. Okay, many of the youngsters are inspired by her story, that how she became successful, but Maria herself doesn't boast about it. She, whenever she is faced with such questions about her toughness and how hard life has been with her, she simply answer in short sentences. She doesn't elaborate anything. She doesn't show that what has been with her, what she has been through. So she is a very humble lady. She is a very generous lady. Plus, she doesn't want to play the victim card. She doesn't want to show that she has been into much and now she is getting success. But in world it happens exactly opposite, that when people achieve something they boast a lot. They say that I have been through a lot and all. But it is different in Maria's case. I am very competitive. I work hard at what I do. It is my job. This is her mantra for success. So she always says that I am very competitive and I work hard because this is what I do. So there is nothing like I have devoted myself, I have done so many things. I have to do because this is what I want. This is what I do. Though Maria Sharapova speaks with a pronounced American accent, she proudly parades her Russian nationality. She is a very good communicator of English in American accent, to be honest. But when she is with people, she always parades, she always shows, she always boasts that she is a Russian. First of all, she has Russian nationality. Clearing all doubts, she says, I am Russian. It is true that the US is a big part of my life, but I have Russian citizenship. My blood is totally Russian. I will play the Olympics for Russia if they want me. Okay, so Maria's dedication towards her sport is there, and she is a very patriotic person. She always carries that she is Russian first, and USA, yes, she respects, but she is a Russian first of all. Like any number of teenage sensations, Maria Sharapova lists fashion, singing, and dancing as her hobbies. So, this is a very important question. Maria's hobbies are, she is into fashion, she likes singing, she likes dancing, and these are her hobbies. She loves reading the novels of Arthur Conan Doyle. You can mark this line. She is a fan of the writing of Arthur Conan Doyle. Her fondness for sophisticated evening gowns appears at odds with a love of pancakes with chocolate spread and fizzy orange drinks. So she loves to wear gowns, look pretty in the party. She likes dressing up, but at the same time she is very fond of pancakes and chocolate with chocolate pancakes with chocolate spread over them, and the fizzy orange drinks. Maria Sharapova cannot be pigeonholed or categorized. Okay, she cannot be kept in a pigeon, and she is one who can't be categorized. Her talent, unwavering desire to succeed, and readiness to sacrifice have lifted her to the top of the world. Okay, so her desire that I have to get success, I have to make sacrifices. This is what has made her so successful. She is always ready to lose anything. She is always ready to put her efforts in anything, as long as she is getting the result that is desired. Okay. Riches she is now reaping. This is what she has to say about. Okay, few would grudge her the riches she is now reaping. Okay, few will be envious of her, few will be jealous of her. This is what she has to say about her monetary gains from tennis. Okay, so this is what she tells, that how she's getting the finances from the tennis and how she feels about it. So she says, of course, money is a motivation. Why it can't be? Money is always a motivation. You require money for everything in life. Without money, you're hard to survive in the world. Tennis is a business and a sport. Okay, so she categorizes tennis as both as a sport and a business. But the most important thing is to become number one in the world. So, what is the most important thing for Maria? To become the number one in her sport. Yes, she's working, but at the same time, she's there for tennis, and she wishes that she gets the number one position again and again in life. That's the dream that kept me going. So this was the dream that got fulfilled in the year 2005, 22nd August. Maria, rightfully that she deserved, she got the number one rank for tennis. So yes, she got what she desired. Now, how you find this story? This story is also over. What is the comparison between Santosh's story and Maria's? This you need to note down in your rough notebook. What are the differences and what are the similarities between Maria Sharapova and Santosh Yadav? You must be ready with it in our next Google Meet. Not this one. After this one, the next week, the Google Meet will be there. We will discuss the first activity. Okay, 5 successful personalities that you know and what inspires you about them. This I will send you again with a link of Google Meet. Plus you have to be ready with this work, that for the next week you have to be ready that what are the differences or similarities between Maria and Santosh. So I hope that you have enjoyed the lecture. It is much similar to the previous one, Santosh Yadav's story. So complete all the pending work, and if any queries are there, you can always feel free to ask.
Okay class, so here the chapter concludes. The part 2 of the chapter also concludes. So I hope that you have enjoyed the stories, the first one and the second one, both of Santosh Yadav and Maria Sharapova's, and I hope that you will enjoy more such stories. Keep on reading. This is the thing that will inspire you. The stories of different personalities, mostly autobiographies, they inspire you. A lot of autobiographies are there which you can read in our library, school library. It is easily accessible. Whenever you will be back to school, my request is there that get some good autobiographies, get some good novels. That I will also suggest you which books to read, and soon you are going to be in the school. Hopefully you will be in the school, and then you can read a lot. So this story was very inspiring, and the work that I am giving you, please do complete that, and if any problem will be there, any queries are there, you can always ask. So I am Aman from DPS Salwani Lamachor. You were watching PTO classes. Thank you so much for watching the lecture.